refurbishment of my fire escape. Every square head bolt, every rivet, and every connection into the building is going to be duplicated. Is there an opinion there? It's other evidence of strength. So every fire escape in your town either gets spot repaired and load tested, or it gets refurbished, and what do you get after that? No load test. What's the engineer signing on? He's signing a confidence test that says what? Any opinions in that? Or is it yes, no's?
Yes, no.
So he has no liability. The city has no liability because they either load tested it or they refurbished these fire escapes. The owner gets no liability because he did what the law says. The engineer's not signing opinions like his predecessors have been for 50 years. The vendors are under the control of who?
The engineer.
The engineer. So the vendor has no, I just did what I'm told. And you know what he told me? Every bolt. Change out every bolt. Oh, by the way, very quickly on what every bolt means. All major structural. That's supports, that's brackets, that's frames. You know, but all the bars on the pickets that have major rivets, you don't have to change every one. You know all the flats that are on the thing? You don't have to change every one. But you have to change the ones that are the members that control the, you know, the cross members, but not necessarily all the flats on your grading. You don't have to change every rivet. It's all major structural, all minor structural, which includes bars, pickets, and scroll work. You don't have to change those rivets. Those are minor structural, and should one of them pop, they cause no harm, no death to anybody. It's major structural associated with 100 pounds per square foot. So on a railing, I'll do the outside posts and re-bolt those. But all the little pickets that I have to hammer test those to make sure none of those are loose. And should one loosen up within the next three to 5 years, what's it do? Does it kill anybody? No. It's maintenance, it's general maintenance, it needs to get repaired. So right now, everybody, for the next 20 years, you guys are gonna be refurbishing these fire escapes. 20 years from now, what's happening to all these fire escapes because of the lead content?
Taking them down.
Not because you guys say so, the insurance companies won't insure those people that have lead on their building. So they're gonna come in and say, okay, it's $5 grand to insure your building, it's, oh, you got lead on this thing? It's 10 grand to insure this building.
Then I'll make them take the dirt out next to the, underneath it because
Right.
it's contaminated.
And the contaminants. It's a catch-22, there's many. And some more questions, these are great questions. All right, so the next step is, if you guys understand, are you guys now gonna start jumping on all fire escapes, or are you gonna go after the see if we're really paying attention? Name some of the ways that you don't have to do a damn thing different from today, and but fire escapes are gonna start coming down the pipeline. What are they? What's one of them?
Require a cert on a CO.
A CO, sir.
Construction
Permit, CO, before or after, what do you want?
before,
Before. What else?
on a yearly inspection.
On your yearly inspection, well, how about the extinguishers? What do you want? Attach the yearly inspection for extinguishers.
A little tag.
The cert, you want a copy of the cert. What else? What else is another trigger? How about the city taxes? What's another way to do that?
Put it out on the tax bill.
Put it on the tax requirement. Say, hey, there's a letter saying we're starting to get on these. What else? So that means you guys are not starting an inspection program, you're starting a tagging program because you've asked all your partners, which are building departments, housing departments, your health inspector. You guys don't realize the power of the health inspector. You bring him into play because he keeps asking for a cert. At the end of any of his stuff, what's going to happen? So you're just going to basically create these automatic triggers. Want to come in and say something? No, I'm done. I'm just, any other questions, guys? I'll be here for a little bit of time right afterwards. I'll collect some of these books. If you haven't given me a card yet, so this is going to be online in about 10 days. I'll send it to him also, but anybody, if you can use this for training into the near future, it's free. It's sitting there on this and many other classes that we've taught. So you can teach other people that didn't show up. If anybody needs an extra book, you're welcome to take an extra book. But I do need cards. And if you want to do an individual class just for your city, we can do that too. So that you don't have to wait for a group meeting. You can actually, and then you can tie it in with the state because you can get some additional credits on that. I don't know if we covered this technical and also administrative. Any of the things that we talked about today cover the administrative side?
No, mostly technical. This is a technical. We've got approval for a technical. I want to thank Cisco anyway for a day like today just coming out. We're going to do the same seminar again in the fall, but we're going to do it at nighttime for the part-time inspectors out of your bureau. So this way here, everybody has this. And then we're also going to do a daytime administrative in the fall. So we're setting those two up right now. I'm going to be giving Cisco all of our emails that we have on our list. So as different things come about, he can email me, and I can email you, and he can also email you direct. And then this way here, if you have any technical questions while you're doing your inspections, we can send emails back and forth. He's terrific to help us out.
And I'll send him what we did for Jersey City, so the tags, the confidence test, we did a sample model for Jersey City, I'll send you that.
Right, we'll
You
get
can
that
get
out
that
to
to everybody else, you guys then go and speak with your legal department, say, so is this cool, is this okay for us to use as industry standard documentation? So you're not changing code, you're not anything to the state, because, some people say you should do this from the top down. I get more effect from the bottom up, grassroots like this, than from the top down. It's molasses from the top down, and you get a lot more from here, but you guys can then call, Matt Barrett is my contact up there at Jersey City, and he's done, and they've initiated a program, so you guys should call around to each other, Fort Lee, Newark, East Orange, and just say, hey, you've tried this out, and it's slow going, because your first resistance is what?
City.
Is this an inspection program or a tagging program?
Tag.
For the safety of who?
Us.
Us. Men.
And who's gonna deny that?
City.
Well, the last piece I'll throw in is, if you guys are looking for an income-producing activity, there is, I don't know all the codes, but between maintenance codes and certain inspections, you can charge for this. Because I was speaking with somebody, in again, probably a different state, because I get so many, but they basically, oh, by the way, and the inspection results, you get inspection results whether we pass or fail. So whenever somebody examines a fire escape, you just don't want to be receiving certs of things that passed. You want every certification, pass or fail. So you want a result of the fail, so that you can then determine whether or not there's going to be a permit or oversight in the near future for that. But look at your fee structure. This is where in Boston, every time we issue a certificate, they get $50. In Cambridge, they get $100 per fire escape, per system. So if a building has 2 or 3, you get. But in some cities, because of the maintenance code, they actually make this part of their fee structure for evaluations or applications they can have to be. I don't know that whole back end.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, this also comes under their state commission of housing. Every 5 years they do a fire escape. So the ones that have registered, they're 3 families, these are inspected every 5 years. Sure they do. They go outside, they look at it, that's it, they don't want them.
Just in case you want to drive money into this, there is some fees that you guys can make it in there. And the last thing that you guys might want to look at is to try to have a system where you work with a local inspector, and you can have fire escapes inspected when nobody wants to inspect them. You can have them inspected yourselves for your information to confirm that the other engineers report are good. So I'll leave it up to him.
All right. Anybody else? All right, thank everybody. Remember, you were here for 5 hours. Drive safe.
Readjust your watches.
Readjust your watches. Like I say, did everybody sign in? All right, because I got to send that down to Trent tomorrow. Okay.
Anybody has any cards, please give me your cards. That way I can get